Hello, this is Ohasa, and welcome to the video on my speculations and my theories of Wave of Intrigue Season 2. So let's go into it. There's a lot to cover because I did huge deep dive research into this, and I have a lot of theories, and I want to share it with you all. I'm really excited about this. So we'll go through this. If you just go through the rules to summarize, like TLDR, basically it's starting on the September 19th, so it's about 19-20 days. The season will last for 4 months. We're going to get new Dream Realm bosses, new battle drills, new legend trials, and a new mechanic called faction talents. Now, we've actually probably seen or heard of this before, and they even showed us a small teaser video where if you have like 3 of the same faction, you get some bonuses, maybe an ability, and if you have 4 or 5 of the same faction, then the bonuses and abilities will stack, or you will get more power. Okay, so this will probably only apply, I remember, to not PvP, but for PvE stuff, but not Dream Realm either. Yeah, so things like maybe battle drills, maybe probably legend trials for sure, and PvE like the campaign, the AFK stages. Okay, so let's get into this. Take a look at this. You have the ship in the center, and then the ship is against. You can see there's like an invisible wall, and they're against these humans. They look like humans, and they carry swords. Now, this looks like a Graveborn ship. I think many have speculated it's Graveborn. Clearly, it's not Mauler. We just did that. It's not Wilders. It can't be a Lightborn because the Lightborns are here. And so this is a Graveborn ship. So this has to be Graveborn. And you can see it's dark, it's got the image, it's got the colors of Graveborn. In contrast, you have these bright blue colors. Obviously this is sea-based, and then they are against this looks like human civilization to me. And so this is a Lightborn city. Now, look at the humans. They're wearing very thick clothing. And who wears thick clothing? Like, what kind of environment would you have to live in? And this is obviously the snow, someplace cold. Okay. Now, with all this information, we can speculate further, but a lot of my speculations, they come from looking at AFK Arena, their universe, because the universes between Arena and Journey are actually the same. All our heroes came from, like mostly, came from AFK Arena, and then any other new heroes are part of Journey. But all the lore, the story, Juris trials, blah blah blah, they're all from AFK Arena. That's the stem. This is the root. And clearly, like, we just had Talene, the starship of AFK Arena, come into AFK Journey. Plenty of other hero examples, but so I'm using this as my guide, as my springboard to help figure out the rest. So we'll take a look. So this is the map of Esperia, and there's like, it's pretty huge, but we've only just started, and so I think they're using this as this map of Esperia as well to guide them and modify, adjust to AFK Journey. So I believe they're using, see this place, Ranhorn City? I think that's like Hollowstone. And then you have the forest, Yggdrasil. So this is the Elven Forest. And so this is the, the base of where we started up to Res 240. Now we got to Season 1, which is the Song of Strife. You can see the Maulers Enclave, the Desert Sanctuary, okay? Remember all these places? Well, not with these names, but I mean, the land, the territory, okay? And so, I don't know what this Tomb of Ancients is, but maybe it's the place where Freesto, like Pesto, was living. Well, not living, but chained and bound. Okay, so now we move down. Look what we have here, okay? So look on the left, the Abandoned Port, King's Manse, Mire Town, Island of the Banished, the Ancient Ruins, and what's next to it? Look at this, a snow land, okay? A land of snow. And I didn't notice this before, but Esperance. And this is a clear boundary of Graveborn and Light Bearers. Okay, so what I believe is you have a lot of mainly Graveborn areas. Maybe if there are humans here, these are slums. These are places not great for living, harsh environments. Obviously, the snow are harsh environments too, but it doesn't like look as bad as living here. Okay, and then you have a Graveborn ship who's come from here, and they have traveling into a city, a Lightborn city somewhere here, and they are defending themselves. Who knows? Who knows? This is all speculation. Now, let's move on. So I believe I was going through all the map stuff, and what I got the gist of looking through Reddits and comments and all that stuff. The name Nara and Sonja came up a lot. So this is Nara, and this is Sonja. They remind me of the Arcane League of Legends series of Vi and Jinx. Okay, how does this not look like Jinx to you? And this is like Vi vibes. Right. So if you quickly scroll, they're from Nara used to be from Rustport. Sonja, she lives in Rustport. And so what is Rustport? I looked it up. No, hardly any. I couldn't find anything, barely anything. I could only find like the affiliations of like who lives in Rustport or who has ties to Rustport. And then I was able to find something. So since they both come from Rustport, and because they speculate all of this stuff, I decided to look into it further, and I hope you can see my point of view. So Rustport is the let's take a quick read, okay? So it's the second largest port in the Empire, a place where the Empire tacitly endorses lawlessness. It is a breeding ground for crime and a paradise for the debauched. The harbor is brazenly lined with privateers, with firefights, killings in the streets, theft and robbery, all commonplace occurrences. It is a place where any personal grudge, no matter the pettiness, can be resolved with violence. The law has little effect here. The Empire tolerates the existence of such a lawless cesspit because the black market here pays more taxes every year than the combined taxes of all 3 counties. Black magic is not regulated here and can be used with impunity. It is not unheard of for a beggar you see daily on the street to suddenly disappear. Surprising no one, he has likely been dragged into a dark cellar for use as a sacrificial offering. The common folk living here will either be acculturated by the tainted atmosphere and become equally insane, or they will end up like a gutter rat, constantly trampled underfoot by others. And we have an image here. This doesn't look like what I imagined Rustport would be. It doesn't have the colors, the vibes, but this is a dead ship, and yeah, I don't know if they're related, but they could be. Right, so now we know, we got an idea of Rustport. I quickly looked up, like, I tried to find all the heroes who are affiliated with Rustport. Okay, so let's quickly go through the heroes. These are what we may potentially see. Okay, so I don't know, this is all speculation. Okay, so this is what we might see. Okay, so we'll start with Silas, okay? Silas. He is a Greyborn support, and he's affiliated with Izold, Niru, and Hodgekins. Okay, so we know who Niru is, right? So this is Niru, and Niru has is affiliated with Silas. They're both like crazy scientists who do stuff. They both created Izold. So Izold is this Graveborn tank, okay? And he used to be Lightborn, a former human, okay? And these two like put experimented on him, turned it into this guy, and then Izold loved it and he became the subordinate. Now take a look at Izold's former bandmates, okay? Lorsan, Skirath, Gwyneth. Lorsan who? Lorsan the bunny rabbit. A lot of people really want Lorsan as a hero. I'm fine with it, but he is connected to Izold, so we might get these heroes because they can't just have all Graveborn heroes. They're going to release other stuff. So Lorsan might be in here, Izold. And who are the other bandmates? So we have Skirath, a Mauler. He's a mage. And we also have Gwyneth, a Lightbearer, who is a ranger. Okay, so these are all names maybe you're familiar with, maybe they're not. And we might see these heroes. Okay, so we won't go into detail or depth with this, just taking a look. Niru, the mad scientist. This is a perfect chance for the game to bring in Niru's family. Yeah, this guy has a family. The guy holding a beating heart or a levitating heart. He has a wife, Shamira, and a son, Damon. Okay, so Shamira used to be human. Okay, and she is a mage, AoE mage. Okay, and they have a son called Damon, who reminds me of like Annie and Tibbers from League of Legends. And so Damon is a tank. So obviously he's not tanking, but that big buff guy behind him is the tank. So he is a tank, and he died at 12. Okay. All right. Great. We can get into more affiliations later, but I don't know how far they're going to go with this. So they could potentially bring in this. Now, Kingsmane is a place on the map, which is here. And it's currently a place that is occupied by Hypogeans. So this is a big opportunity for more Hypogeans to come in. Okay, so now Hodgekins. So remember Hodgkin, okay? So he is allies with and temporary test subject with Hodgkin. And I think Hodgkin might be the centerpiece behind everything, like a lot of the story, like a big piece, because he is the captain of a ship. He is the captain of a ship, and he is the captain of Nara and Desira. Okay, so Nara, we'll talk about them in a second, but Hodgkin is the captain of a undead ship, and he commands his ship is called the Immortal. Okay, so the Immortal, we don't have, like, we just have how crazy this guy is. So he's pretty crazy. Let's read a little bit. For the loot, he's very savvy. He'd never hide it on board or some dusty hold. He'd find a remote island in the middle of nowhere and stash it away. The tales of him taking a sailor with him where he goes to hide his hoards. He says the loot is too heavy for him to bear alone, so he brings them to carry it. They never suspect they were going to be buried with it, so no one alive can know the whereabouts. That's why he's always picking up a new crew. Okay, so he is the captain of this ship, and I believe this ship is the Immortal. Okay, there's another name for it, but I'm going to get to it in a second. So he is the commander of Nara and Desira. Let's take a look at Desira first. People are going to roll her 100% just for her looks. I know it for sure. Let's call her first. Desira, she is also a Graveborn support. Okay, and she heals and shields her allies using her abilities. Marking enemies reduces the attack and accuracy ratings. The ultimate can protect her allies from dropping below 30% of their health value. Okay, I just keep thinking of more League of Legends references. Why? Okay, so her story is a little bit sad, but she used to be human and now she is undead. Okay, and then we have Nara. Okay, this Nara, she is a assassin warrior Graveborn. Okay, so can you be an assassin warrior? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. So she used to be human too, and she used to be childhood friends with Sonja. Okay, we'll get to Sonja in a second. Oh, actually, no, we can do it together. So Nara and Sonja grew up in Rustport. Okay, they grew up in the slums. They created this gang called the Whispers, and they became really successful over time, and they started to rule the Rustport area, and then they became the leaders of this area. One day, Nara, after a argument, Nara left on a ship journey to look for slaves to bring back to make money. Her ship got sunk, got revived, like she died, her crew died, and got revived by Hodgkin. And funnily enough, Hodgkin had the exact same problem before, where Hodgkin went on was on a ship and then he got revived too. So here, the name of Hodgkin's pirate crew is called the Dead Tide. So let's read this. The commander of the Dead Tide fleet is Hodgkin, who was a notorious and daring pirate during his lifetime. Brave, foolhardy, and greedy, he once journeyed to Screaming Bay in hopes of stealing a soul prized by the Graveborn. As was the fate of most ships that entered the cursed waters, the ship sank well before it could dock. Taking Hodgkin and his entire crew with it, the entire ship sank to the bottom of the sea. He and his crew were killed on the bottom of the sea. However, Hodgkin's audacity piqued the interest of the Quaidon, who revived the desperate captain and his sailors, even granting them a ship made entirely of white bones. Hodgkin named his new vessel the Sacral Ark. Hodgkin quickly built up a powerful navy for Quaidon, with the Sacral Ark as his flagship. Quaidon continued to resurrect the drowned crews who had perished at Screaming Bay, including the famed pirate Nara and her ship Spirit. Whenever the fleet goes out, it is shrouded in a daunting green fog of death. Okay, so there's a lot to get from this, okay? So I misspoke before. So Quaidon revived both Hodgkin and Nara. And Nara is subordinate to Hodgkin. Now, strangely, they call this the Sacral Ark. But in this, it contradicts what it says here, where Hodgkin, if I can find him, he named his ship the Immortal. Okay, so whatever this is, the Sacral Ark or the Immortal, take a look at this. This is the daunting green fog of death. Okay, so take a look. You see that? You see this, this thing? Okay, I believe this might be the green fog of death. It's very, very pale, and I think it's on purpose because they don't want, they want us to see the ship very clearly, as clearly as possible. Okay, all right, and lastly is Sonja. So Sonja is the ruler of the underworld, and she used to be have high moral values for someone in context to the slums, and after Nara died and vanished, she became a very ruthless, cutthroat leader who's still currently the leader of Rustport. And I believe she's still searching for Nara. Anyway, so we might see all of this unfold in this, okay? So this is my take. This is my take on everything. So to summarize, we have the Wave of Intrigue, okay? Season 2 is coming on the 19th of September. I believe they're gonna land. This is a Graveborn ship, the Immortal, or the Sacral Ark, who is captained by Hodgkins, and Hodgkins is has subordinates called Nara and Desira. Okay, and them and their crew are going to attack a port city in the snow area, because it's next door, they're neighbors. And so we're gonna see a battle unfold. This is my speculation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a like, subscribe, and comment, and share, and everything. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.